Hey team, how y'all doing today? So I just want to make this video to talk about dashboards, which are really useful to give you a bird's eye view of everything that's going on in the business more than anything else. It's going to save you time. Okay, so with that, let's just get into it. There are different views that we have, like as an example right here. All of these views are dynamic, meaning we can drag whichever one we want to see that's most important to us to the very front. We can also click this little drop down right here. We can rename that view. We can duplicate that view and then change up like certain settings inside widgets, or we can delete it even. We can add any type of widget, report, source overview, metric, etc. Right? One of the best things that I would say, just as far as like seeing all of your sources, is the traffic source data right here. So if we click that, and then we just name it whatever we want. We can see that it populates by default like Meta, Google, TikTok. It will also populate Pinterest if you have the newer. This is an old HYROS account that I'm in right now, but yeah. So this is the V1 as an example. But if you have the newly updated version of HYROS, then it'll automatically populate all of the sources. So Pinterest, Google, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, Bing, etc. Okay. Now in each one of these, they're all dynamic, so you can move them wherever you want to. Okay. Then you'll click Save. You can also expand them out like that. And then we can even click this little, these three dots, and we can duplicate this widget, and then we could click on the settings, and we could specify the attributes. So we could specify based off of a certain campaign as an example, okay, a certain source, and or a specific product if we wanted to, okay. So all of this is possible just right inside here, or even a particular area inside the funnel. We could filter leads that have a specific action tag, okay? And we can do this with any widget that we want. And then we can select the metrics right here, and we can even go as far as to create custom metrics. So if you have something like Go High Level, and we're extracting stages, and you're tracking inside Go High Level, if someone showed up to their call, and we're extracting that information inside HYROS, we can actually create a metric inside the dashboard for you, and you could do cost per showed up call, and all that would just be cost divided by, and then we would have certain stages. So let me see if I can find one. So you'll see these right here are certain events that are happening with inside this HYROS account. These are custom stages essentially, but we could do cost divided by showed up call as an example, okay. And then all of these fields inside here, all of the metrics that you can choose from to view inside HYROS are also dynamic, so we can drag any one of these to the top or below, whichever position we want, and then we can even create a new view, okay, and then we can name it whatever we want, okay, and then that right there we can save it, and then that will be the view that we see anytime that we click this little present button. So you can see new ecom, they've created a couple, okay. So you can just apply that. We can then click on advanced options inside of these widgets, and then we can also ignore or recurring sales. We can view all customers, or only returning customers, or only first-time customers. We can prioritize paid sources, or we can look at all sources from a last click standpoint. So last click just means the last source gets the credit for the sale. First click means the first source gets the credit for the sale. And scientific is a combination of the two, Depends on the average time frame that it takes for someone to buy from you. So if I set it to 10 days as an example, if the customer purchases within 10 days of seeing the first source, HYROS will attribute the sale to the first source. If they purchase after 10 days of seeing the first source, HYROS will attribute the sale to the last source. But if I click on advanced options and I prioritize paid sources, if the last source after 10 days was organic, well then HYROS is going to ignore the organic and it's going to prioritize to paid traffic sources. Or we can prioritize organic or only organic. And then you'll need to make two featured metrics at the top of these widgets right here. So like cost or revenue, whatever you want. But there must be like something here selected. Those are just like the first two that you see on the widget. And then another good view is the organic template view. And that's going to be able to show you like Instagram influencers, email, YouTube organic, TikTok, but we can filter any one of these. So like if you are tracking for like, you know, Instagram and the source is like an @Instagram tag, you'll just go right here. So you'll just click the three dots, you'll specify the attributes, you'll filter leads with tags, and you'll click on sources, and then you'll just put like @IG as an example, if that's the source tag that's being represented as Google or Instagram organic. Okay, so with these right here, you'll need to do a little filtering in order to create organic templates, but that right there is essentially all that you would need to really do. And then again, any one of these is totally dynamic. You can drag it to the top, etc. I'm just going to delete these. And then we'll be good. So that's just kind of an overview of dashboards, guys. If you need any assistance with this, please just reach out to me. I'm totally here to help you in any capacity that you need. All right, see ya.